Welcome to Audiobook segment. Every story you'll hear is crafted from the ground up, written, produced, and narrated entirely by us. Nothing recycled, nothing repurposed, just original work made for this channel. So grab your headphones, settle in, and enjoy today's audiobook. Life is full of lessons, but some are so powerful that once you truly understand them, your entire perspective can change. Imagine discovering insights that help you handle challenges with calm, build better relationships, and make decisions that genuinely improve your life. This audiobook is designed to share 20 such life lessons, lessons you only need to learn once, but that will stay with you forever. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any future lessons and insights that can help transform your life. Subscribing ensures you get guidance on personal growth, mental clarity, and practical strategies for living a more empowered life. As we go through each lesson, remember that real change comes from applying what you learn, not just listening. Pay attention, reflect, and imagine yourself incorporating these lessons into your daily life. Each chapter builds on the previous one, helping you develop a mindset that attracts positivity, resilience, and success. Now let's begin the journey. The first life lesson is about understanding the power of your choices and how taking responsibility for them can transform every aspect of your life. Chapter 1. Take responsibility for your choices. Life often feels unpredictable. Sometimes it seems like circumstances, other people, or even luck control what happens to you. But the first life lesson is simple and powerful. You are responsible for your choices. Every decision, action, and reaction shapes your life, whether you realize it or not. Accepting responsibility is the foundation for growth, freedom, and true success. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming others or circumstances for your failures. Instead of saying, "I failed because of them," or "I can't succeed because of this," you recognize your power to act differently next time. This mindset shift is not about taking blame unnecessarily, but about reclaiming control over your life. Imagine your life as a garden. Every choice you make is like planting a seed. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers, while others grow into weeds. You cannot control the weather or the soil entirely, but you can decide which seeds to plant, water, and nurture. Taking responsibility is choosing to plant seeds that lead to growth, rather than regret. Taking responsibility also means facing mistakes honestly. Mistakes are inevitable, but how you respond makes all the difference. When you own your errors, you can learn from them, adjust your actions, and avoid repeating them in the future. Hiding, denying, or blaming others keeps you stuck in negative cycles and prevents progress. This lesson applies to both big and small decisions, from the major choices about career, education, and relationships, to the daily decisions about your habits, reactions, and mindset. Responsibility empowers you to create the life you want. Every choice you own strengthens your ability to navigate life with confidence and integrity. Emotional responsibility is equally important. Often, we allow emotions to control our actions, reacting impulsively or letting frustration and anger dictate our behavior. By taking responsibility for your emotions, you learn to respond consciously rather than react automatically. This brings calm, clarity, and control to your daily life. Self-awareness supports this principle. Observe your thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. Notice patterns where you tend to avoid responsibility and consciously choose a different approach. Awareness is the first step to consistent, responsible behavior. Boundaries and personal accountability reinforce responsibility. When you set clear boundaries, you respect your own needs while holding yourself accountable for your actions. Responsibility is not selfish. It ensures you act with integrity and prioritize what truly matters in your life. Consistency is crucial. Taking responsibility once is not enough. It becomes a habit through daily practice. Each decision, each reflection, and each correction reinforces the mindset of ownership, gradually making responsible thinking automatic. Self-compassion enhances this journey. Accept that you are human and will make mistakes. Being responsible does not mean harsh self-criticism. It means learning, growing, and improving continually. Treat yourself kindly while holding yourself accountable. By embracing responsibility, you unlock freedom. You no longer feel like a passive participant in life. You become an active creator of your experiences. Choices that once felt overwhelming now become opportunities for growth, success, and fulfillment. This chapter emphasizes that responsibility is not a burden, but a superpower. When you take charge of your choices, you gain the ability to shape your life consciously. Every decision becomes a tool for personal development, resilience, and lasting success. Chapter 2. Embrace change and let go of comfort. Life is constantly changing, whether we like it or not. One of the most important lessons to learn is that resisting change often leads to frustration, stress, and missed opportunities. Growth, success, and fulfillment require embracing change, stepping out of your comfort zone, and being willing to adapt to new circumstances. Comfort is a natural human tendency. Staying in familiar routines, relationships, and environments feels safe, but comfort can also trap you, preventing progress and keeping you from reaching your full potential. Life rarely rewards stagnation, and those who grow are often those willing to face uncertainty. Think of life as a river. It flows continuously, sometimes calmly and sometimes turbulently. If you try to stay in one spot, refusing to move with the current, you risk being swept off course or stuck in shallow waters. Embracing change is like learning to navigate the river skillfully, using its energy to move forward rather than resisting it. Change often triggers fear. You may worry about failing, losing control, or facing discomfort. These fears are normal, but they do not define your potential. Acknowledging fear without letting it dictate your actions allows you to take bold steps and grow from every experience. Growth requires action. You can understand the importance of change intellectually, but unless you act, nothing shifts. Start with small steps, trying new activities, learning a new skill, meeting new people, or adjusting routines. Each step builds confidence and reduces the fear associated with uncertainty. Adaptability is key. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and the ability to adjust your expectations, strategies, and mindset is essential. Flexible thinking allows you to see opportunities in challenges and prevents frustration when things do not go according to plan. Letting go of the past supports change. Clinging to outdated habits, beliefs, or relationships can hinder progress. Accept what has happened, learn from it, and redirect your energy toward what can be created or improved in the present and future. Mindfulness helps you embrace change with awareness. By staying present, you can observe transitions without judgment or resistance. Mindfulness allows you to respond to new situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively or clinging to comfort out of fear. Resilience strengthens your ability to adapt. Change often involves setbacks or challenges. Developing mental and emotional resilience ensures that difficulties do not derail your progress. Resilience comes from practicing patience, reflection, and persistence, allowing you to navigate change with confidence. Visualization can prepare you for change. Picture yourself successfully navigating new situations, adjusting smoothly, and achieving positive outcomes. Visualizing adaptation reduces anxiety and builds mental readiness for real-life transitions. Self-compassion is crucial during change. You may stumble, feel uncomfortable, or struggle initially. Treat yourself kindly, recognize progress, and understand that growth is a process. Patience and self-kindness make adaptation smoother and more sustainable. Consistency matters. Embracing change is not a one-time act. It requires ongoing effort. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you strengthen your capacity to handle uncertainty, learn new skills, and seize opportunities. By learning to embrace change, you gain freedom and confidence. Life becomes less intimidating, setbacks become opportunities, and new experiences enrich your growth. Resisting change only prolongs discomfort, but accepting it empowers you to create the life you want. This chapter emphasizes that comfort is often a barrier, not a reward. Embracing change allows you to learn, grow, and transform challenges into stepping stones. The more you adapt, the stronger, wiser, and more capable you become in navigating the complexities of life. Chapter 3. Learn the power of consistency. One of the most important lessons to improve your life forever is understanding the power of consistency. Talent, intelligence, or luck may open doors, but it is consistent effort that ultimately determines success. Small, repeated actions over time create results far greater than occasional bursts of energy or motivation. Consistency builds trust in yourself. When you consistently follow through on commitments, whether to your goals, work, or relationships, you prove to yourself that you are reliable and capable. This self-trust strengthens confidence and fuels motivation to continue pursuing your ambitions. Think of life like building a wall, one brick at a time. Each small, deliberate action adds to the structure. Skipping days, acting sporadically, or relying solely on inspiration leaves the wall incomplete and fragile. Consistency ensures that your foundation grows strong, steady, and lasting. Habits are the vehicle for consistency. Positive habits, like daily reading, exercise, reflection, or practicing a skill, compound over time, producing results that may seem invisible at first, but are undeniable in the long run. Creating small, repeatable routines is more effective than attempting drastic changes all at once. Consistency is especially powerful in learning. Whether improving a skill, a mindset, or personal discipline, small, repeated practice is far more effective than irregular effort. For example, reading a few pages daily builds knowledge faster than binge reading once in a while. Similarly, practicing gratitude or mindfulness consistently transforms your mindset gradually and permanently. Challenges will test your consistency. Motivation fluctuates, distractions appear, and obstacles arise. The difference between success and stagnation is often showing up, even when it feels inconvenient or difficult. Each time you maintain consistent effort, despite challenges, your mental resilience strengthens. Goal setting and tracking reinforce consistency. Break larger objectives into manageable tasks and complete them daily or regularly. Keeping a record of progress provides visual proof of growth, reinforces habit formation, and keeps you motivated to continue. Self-compassion supports consistency. Understand that perfection is not required. Occasional mistakes or missed days do not erase progress. Treat yourself kindly, acknowledge your effort, and recommit without judgment. Compassion prevents discouragement and reinforces persistence. Consistency is also key in relationships. Being reliable, trustworthy, and supportive consistently strengthens bonds with family, friends, and colleagues. Relationships thrive not on occasional grand gestures, but on steady, dependable effort. Visualization enhances consistent behavior. Picture yourself engaging in positive habits daily, following through on commitments, and achieving your goals. Mentally rehearsing consistency strengthens your motivation and reduces reliance on fleeting willpower. Patience is essential alongside consistency. Results may not appear immediately, but continued effort compounds over time. Like planting seeds and tending a garden, the fruits of consistency take time to grow. Patience ensures you stay committed long enough to see meaningful results. By embracing consistency, you transform your life from unpredictable and fragmented to focused and purposeful. Awareness, habit formation, goal tracking, visualization, self-compassion, and patience work together to make consistent effort achievable and sustainable. This chapter emphasizes that consistency is not about perfection or intensity. It is about showing up reliably, day after day, When you make consistency a part of your life, success, growth, and transformation become inevitable. The power of small, repeated actions creates results that last a lifetime. Chapter 4. Take care of your health as a priority. Your body and mind are the foundation of everything you do in life. One of the most important lessons you can learn is that health is not optional, it is essential. Without proper physical and mental well-being, your ability to achieve goals, maintain relationships, and enjoy life is greatly limited. Taking care of your health is not just about longevity, it's about quality of life, energy, and focus. Physical health is the first step. Regular exercise strengthens your body, improves mood, and boosts energy levels. You do not need extreme routines. Even simple activities like walking, stretching, or light workouts performed consistently make a significant difference. Movement keeps your body strong, your mind sharp, and your spirit energized. Nutrition plays a critical role. What you eat affects your energy, concentration, and emotional balance. Balanced meals, with vegetables, fruits, proteins, and healthy fats provide fuel for your body and mind. Avoiding excessive processed foods, sugar, and empty calories helps prevent fatigue, mood swings, and long-term health problems. Sleep is equally important. Quality rest restores your body, repairs cells, and strengthens memory and cognitive function. A regular sleep schedule of 7 to 9 hours supports productivity, emotional stability, and overall well-being. Sleep deprivation reduces focus, increases irritability, and weakens the ability to handle stress. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Managing stress, practicing mindfulness, and taking time for relaxation protects your mind from burnout. Activities like meditation, deep breathing exercises, journaling, or simply spending time in nature reduce stress, improve clarity, and promote emotional balance. Hydration is often overlooked. Drinking sufficient water throughout the day supports bodily functions, mental focus, and energy levels. Even mild dehydration can reduce cognitive performance and mood, so making water a priority is a simple yet powerful habit. Routine checkups and preventive care are necessary. Regular medical visits, dental checkups, and health screenings detect issues early and prevent long-term complications. Being proactive about health prevents small problems from turning into major challenges. Self-awareness strengthens health management. Pay attention to your body's signals, energy levels, and emotional state. When you notice fatigue, tension, or emotional strain, take action to address it. Ignoring warning signs often leads to deeper issues that are harder to resolve. Habits create lasting results. Small, consistent choices, choosing water over soda, walking instead of sitting, or taking a few minutes to breathe deeply, compound over time. Healthy habits, when practiced daily, become automatic and sustain physical and mental well-being naturally. Self-compassion matters for health as well. Avoid punishing yourself for past unhealthy choices. Instead, focus on positive steps moving forward. Treat your body and mind with kindness, understanding that growth and improvement are ongoing processes. Integrating health into daily life empowers every other area. When your body is energized, your mind is clear, and your emotions are balanced, you perform better at work, nurture relationships more effectively, and handle challenges with confidence. Health is not a separate goal, it is the foundation for all success and happiness. This chapter emphasizes that health is a priority, not a luxury. Investing in physical and mental well-being allows you to experience life fully, achieve goals efficiently, and maintain balance. By taking care of your body and mind, you create the energy, clarity, and resilience necessary for a fulfilling life. Chapter 5. Value your time above all else. Time is the one resource you can never get back. One of the most valuable lessons to learn in life is that managing and valuing your time is critical to success, happiness, and fulfillment. How you spend your time directly shapes your experiences, achievements, and the quality of your life. Many people underestimate the power of time. They fill their days with distractions, procrastination, or activities that do not align with their priorities. Over time, wasted hours accumulate into lost opportunities, stress, and regret. Recognizing time as a precious resource changes how you approach every moment. Start by identifying what truly matters to you. Determine your goals, values, and priorities. When your actions align with your priorities, time becomes a tool for growth, progress, and meaningful experiences. Focusing on what matters ensures that your energy is directed toward what produces long-term benefits. Eliminating distractions is essential. Constant notifications, social media, unproductive meetings, and excessive entertainment consume hours without adding value. Learn to minimize interruptions, set boundaries, and dedicate focused time to meaningful work and personal development. Time management techniques can help, but mindset matters most. Treat every hour as valuable. Avoid thinking, "I'll do it later," or "this doesn't matter." Even small increments of wasted time add up over weeks and months. Intentional use of time ensures progress toward goals while reducing stress and overwhelm. Prioritize tasks effectively. Focus on high-impact activities first, those that bring long-term benefits rather than immediate superficial satisfaction. Avoid getting caught in busyness that feels productive but does not contribute to meaningful outcomes. Learn to say no. Protecting your time often requires declining requests, opportunities, or activities that do not align with your priorities. Saying no is not selfish. It is a way to honor your goals, commitments, and personal growth. Each yes should serve a purpose, and each no preserves space for what truly matters. Time is also connected to energy. Schedule demanding tasks when you are most alert and creative. Use less demanding periods for routine or less critical work. Respecting your natural energy cycles enhances efficiency and reduces burnout. Self-reflection strengthens time awareness. At the end of each day, consider how you spent your time. Did you invest it wisely? Were there wasted moments? Reflection allows you to adjust your habits, make better choices, and gradually master your schedule. Investing in personal growth is one of the most valuable uses of time. Reading, learning new skills, practicing mindfulness, and pursuing hobbies that enrich your life create lasting benefits. Time spent improving yourself compounds into greater opportunities, confidence, and satisfaction. Self-compassion is important in time management. Avoid harsh judgment for past wasted hours. Instead, focus on how to use time intentionally moving forward. Every moment is a new opportunity to invest in your life and priorities. By valuing your time, you take control of your life. Awareness, prioritization, boundaries, reflection, and intentional action ensure that each day contributes meaningfully to your growth, relationships, and goals. Time spent wisely produces results far beyond what effort alone can achieve. This chapter emphasizes that time is the most powerful resource you have. When you treat it with respect, invest it intentionally, and protect it from distractions, you unlock opportunities, reduce stress, and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Valuing time above all else is a lesson that transforms every aspect of your life. Chapter 6. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people, environments, and content you surround yourself with shape your mindset, habits, and ultimately your life. One of the most important lessons is to intentionally choose positive influences. Negativity from others or toxic surroundings can silently impact your thoughts, behaviors, and confidence. Conversely, positive influences uplift, inspire, and motivate you to grow. Begin by evaluating your social circle. Are the people around you supportive, encouraging, and constructive? Or do they bring constant criticism, doubt, and negativity? Relationships can either drain your energy or fuel your progress. Surrounding yourself with those who uplift you creates an environment where growth is possible. Avoid habitual exposure to negative content. Social media, news, or entertainment that promotes fear, anger, or judgment affects your mindset. Curate what you consume to include uplifting, educational, and inspiring material. What you allow into your mind shapes your thinking patterns over time. Positive influences are not only people or media, they can also be habits and routines, activities that challenge you constructively, skills that enhance your abilities, or hobbies that foster creativity all serve as supportive influences. Engaging in these consistently strengthens your mindset and resilience. Mentorship is a powerful form of influence. Learning from people who have achieved what you aspire to accomplish provides guidance, perspective, and motivation. A mentor's advice can prevent mistakes, accelerate growth, and inspire confidence in your own potential. Boundaries protect your mental environment. When negative influences attempt to enter your life through gossip, criticism, or toxic behaviors, firmly maintain distance. Limiting exposure to negativity preserves your focus, energy, and emotional stability. Positive influences encourage accountability. When surrounded by motivated, goal-oriented individuals, you are more likely to stay committed to your objectives. Constructive support fosters discipline, consistency, and resilience, reinforcing the other life lessons you are learning. Self-awareness helps you recognize the impact of influences. Notice how certain people, activities, or content affect your mood, thoughts, and actions. Awareness allows you to make deliberate choices about what to allow in and what to remove, creating an optimal mental environment. Consistency matters in exposure to positivity. Occasional interaction with positive influences is less effective than regular, intentional engagement. Daily habits, routines, and relationships that inspire growth create long-term benefits and resilience against negativity. Self-compassion ensures that you respect your own need for a supportive environment. It is not selfish to prioritize positive influences. It is a way to protect your mental health, maintain motivation, and create a life aligned with your goals. By surrounding yourself with positive influences, you set the stage for success, personal growth, and emotional balance. Your environment and the people you interact with become extensions of your mindset. When you choose wisely, you reinforce the lessons of awareness, consistency, resilience, and self-growth. This chapter emphasizes that you become the average of those you spend the most time with. Positive influences shape your thoughts, behaviors, actions in ways that propel you forward. Choosing supportive, inspiring, and constructive environments ensures that you are always moving toward a better version of yourself. Chapter 7. Practice gratitude. Every day, gratitude is more than saying thank you. It is a conscious awareness and acknowledgement of the positive aspects of your life, including people, experiences, skills, opportunities, and even challenges that help you grow. When practiced consistently, gratitude rewires your brain to focus on what is good rather than dwelling on problems or negativity. Start small. Each day, identify at least 3 things you are grateful for. They can be simple: a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunrise, or a productive day. Writing them down enhances the effect, creating a tangible record of positivity that you can revisit whenever needed. Gratitude changes perspective. When you face challenges, focusing on lessons learned or support received shifts your attention from frustration to growth. This mental adjustment increases resilience, making it easier to overcome obstacles without succumbing to negativity. Expressing gratitude strengthens relationships. Thank the people who support, inspire, or encourage you. Sharing appreciation fosters connection, trust, and mutual respect. Simple gestures, like a heartfelt message or verbal acknowledgement, can transform interactions and deepen bonds. Mindfulness enhances gratitude. By staying present and noticing the details of your life, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of laughter, or the taste of a good meal, you become more aware of everyday blessings that often go unnoticed. Mindfulness allows gratitude to become a natural part of your daily experience. Gratitude reduces stress. Focusing on positives rather than dwelling on fears or complaints lowers anxiety and promotes emotional balance. It encourages a calm, constructive approach to life rather than reactive or negative patterns. Visualization supports gratitude practice. Imagine the people, experiences, or achievements you value most and allow yourself to feel the appreciation fully. Visualization strengthens emotional connections, making gratitude more vivid and impactful. Self-compassion works hand in hand with gratitude. Appreciate your own efforts, growth, and resilience. Recognize progress, celebrate successes, and treat yourself kindly for mistakes or setbacks. Gratitude for yourself builds confidence and motivation to continue improving. Consistency is key. Practicing gratitude daily, even when life feels challenging, reinforces a positive mindset. Over time, gratitude becomes automatic, shaping your thoughts and actions in ways that attract more opportunities, joy, and fulfillment. This chapter emphasizes that the practice of gratitude is not a one-time action, but a daily habit that compounds over time. When you consistently acknowledge and appreciate the good in your life, you create a mindset that is positive, resilient, and ready to handle any challenge. Gratitude becomes a lens through which every experience, opportunity, and relationship is enriched. Chapter 8. Learn to let go of what you cannot control. Life often presents situations that are beyond your control. One of the most freeing lessons you can learn is to focus on what you can influence and let go of what you cannot. Holding on to things outside your control, other people's opinions, past events, or uncontrollable circumstances, creates unnecessary stress, frustration, and mental clutter. Acceptance is the first step. Acknowledge that some things will always remain outside your influence. Trying to force control over every detail only leads to disappointment. By accepting reality as it is, you release the energy wasted on futile efforts and redirect it toward meaningful actions. Focus on your actions and mindset. While you cannot change external events, you have complete control over your responses, attitudes, and decisions. How you think, react, and behave determines the outcome more than the situation itself. Empowerment comes from focusing on these controllable elements. Letting go of the past is essential. Holding grudges, reliving mistakes, or regretting missed opportunities prevents you from moving forward. Reflect on lessons learned, make peace with your choices, and redirect energy to the present and future. Emotional release creates space for growth and clarity. Boundaries support this process. Sometimes, other people's actions or words are outside your control. Setting boundaries allows you to protect your mental space and avoid unnecessary stress. Boundaries are not about isolation. They are about prioritizing your well-being while maintaining constructive interactions. Mindfulness strengthens acceptance. By observing thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can notice when you are trying to control the uncontrollable. Mindfulness allows you to pause, breathe, and choose responses that are deliberate rather than reactive. Resilience grows when you let go. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty. Developing the habit of releasing control over external factors while focusing on your internal resources builds emotional stability and adaptability. Visualization can help in practicing release. Imagine yourself encountering situations beyond your control and responding calmly, focusing only on what you can influence. Visualization trains your mind to respond proactively rather than getting stuck in worry or frustration. Self-compassion is crucial. Accept that you are human and that not everything will go as planned. Treat yourself kindly when circumstances challenge your patience and recognize your effort in handling situations constructively. Compassion reduces guilt, stress, and self-criticism. Gratitude complements letting go. By appreciating the positive aspects of your life, even when things feel uncertain, you strengthen a mindset that is balanced and resilient. Gratitude keeps your focus on what matters and prevents dwelling on uncontrollable negatives. Consistency in this practice is vital. Every day presents opportunities to notice when you are trying to control the uncontrollable. Each time you consciously release and redirect energy toward actionable choices, you reinforce a mindset of peace, clarity, and empowerment. By learning to let go of what you cannot control, you free your mind from unnecessary stress and worry. You gain emotional balance, mental clarity, and a sense of freedom that allows you to act effectively in the areas that matter most. This lesson transforms how you experience challenges, relationships, and daily life. This chapter emphasizes that power lies not in controlling everything but in mastering your responses and focusing on meaningful action. Letting go is not giving up, it is creating space for growth, opportunity, and peace of mind. Chapter 9. Invest in learning and personal growth. Life is full of opportunities, but the ability to recognize and seize them depends on continuous learning and personal growth. One of the most important lessons is that investing time, effort, and energy into improving yourself is the single most reliable way to improve your life. Knowledge, skills, and self-awareness compound over time, creating long-term advantages that no one can take away. Learning is not limited to formal education. While school and college provide foundational knowledge, true personal growth comes from reading, exploring new ideas, practicing skills, and seeking experiences that challenge your comfort zone. Every lesson, whether big or small, adds to your capacity to handle life's challenges. Skills are investments in your future. Developing communication, problem-solving, emotional intelligence, and practical abilities enhances your personal and professional life. Skills not only increase opportunities, but also boost confidence, making it easier to navigate complex situations. Curiosity fuels growth. Ask questions, seek new perspectives, and explore subjects beyond your immediate needs. Curiosity expands your understanding of the world and stimulates critical thinking. It opens doors to creativity, innovation, and new opportunities that routine thinking often misses. Mentorship accelerates learning. Seek guidance from those who have experience or expertise in areas you wish to grow. Mentors provide insights, reduce mistakes, and inspire confidence. Observing their approaches and applying their lessons enhances your development exponentially. Failure is a key teacher. Mistakes are inevitable, but each one provides information, feedback, and growth potential. Embrace failure as a natural part of learning, rather than a reason to quit. Reflection on mistakes transforms them into stepping stones rather than obstacles. Consistency matters in personal growth. Regular, dedicated effort compounds over time. Even small daily actions, reading a few pages, practicing a skill, or reflecting on experiences, build momentum. Growth is rarely instantaneous. Persistence ensures long-lasting improvement. Investing in mental and emotional growth is just as important as acquiring knowledge. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, meditation, and self-reflection strengthen emotional resilience, clarity, and focus. A healthy mind enhances your ability to apply knowledge and make wise decisions. Networking and collaboration foster learning. Surround yourself with people who challenge, inspire, and support you. Sharing ideas, receiving feedback, and observing diverse perspectives accelerates growth and provides insights that solitary effort cannot achieve. Self-awareness is essential for meaningful growth. Recognize your strengths, weaknesses, habits, and mindset patterns. Awareness allows you to target areas that need improvement, set realistic goals, and track progress effectively. Growth without self-awareness often leads to wasted effort or superficial improvement. Invest in lifelong learning. The world changes constantly, and skills, knowledge, and perspectives that are relevant today may need updating tomorrow. Commit to being a student of life, continuously adapting and evolving. Lifelong learning creates resilience, adaptability, and confidence in facing an uncertain future. Gratitude for learning opportunities enhances the process. Appreciate the teachers, resources, and experiences that expand your knowledge and skills. Gratitude reinforces motivation, keeps your mindset positive, and ensures you approach growth with openness rather than obligation. By investing in learning and personal growth, you secure tools for independence, success, and fulfillment. Knowledge, skills, and self-awareness amplify your ability to achieve goals, handle challenges, and create a life aligned with your values. This chapter emphasizes that personal growth is not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing investment. Time and effort spent improving yourself yield returns that compound indefinitely, shaping not only your life, but also your ability to positively impact the world around you. Chapter 10. Focus on solutions, not problems. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and difficulties. One of the most valuable lessons is to train your mind to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Fixating on obstacles or circumstances that frustrate you only drains energy, creates stress, and slows progress. Shifting attention toward actionable solutions empowers you to take control and move forward. Problems are inevitable, but your response determines their impact. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do about it?" This simple mental shift transforms frustration into action and helplessness into empowerment. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. Developing a proactive mindset is key. Instead of waiting for circumstances to change or hoping for external intervention, identify steps you can take immediately. Even small actions often create momentum, opening doors to larger solutions over time. Creativity enhances problem solving. Thinking outside the box, experimenting with approaches, and considering alternatives expand your options. Solutions are rarely one-size-fits-all. Flexibility and ingenuity increase the likelihood of success. Patience is essential. Some problems require time, persistence, and repeated effort to resolve. Focusing on solutions does not mean expecting instant results. Consistent, thoughtful action gradually overcomes obstacles and builds confidence in your abilities. Collaboration strengthens solution-focused thinking. Seeking advice, perspectives, or help from others can uncover options you may not have considered. Constructive input provides guidance, reduces mistakes, and often accelerates resolution. Avoiding blame reinforces focus. When you concentrate on who is at fault or why a situation is unfair, energy is wasted on things you cannot change. Solution-oriented thinking shifts attention from blame to action, producing tangible results and reducing stress. Mindfulness supports clarity. By observing the situation without judgment or emotional reactivity, you can assess it objectively. Mindfulness allows you to identify realistic steps, prioritize effectively, and respond calmly rather than impulsively. Self-confidence strengthens solution-focused behavior. Believing in your ability to navigate challenges encourages action and reduces hesitation. Confidence does not guarantee success, but it ensures effort, persistence, and resilience when facing setbacks. Reflecting on past successes helps recall instances where you overcame difficulties and the strategies that worked. This experience provides a mental toolkit for current and future challenges, reinforcing your capacity to handle adversity constructively. Consistency and solution-focused thinking compounds over time. Each challenge you approach with action-oriented strategies builds problem-solving skills, resilience, and mental discipline. Over time, obstacles that once seemed overwhelming become manageable and even opportunities for growth. Gratitude enhances this approach. Appreciating the lessons, resources, and support available during challenges keeps perspective balanced. Gratitude prevents frustration from dominating your mindset and encourages constructive action rather than despair. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, you reclaim control over your life. Challenges become opportunities to develop skills, resilience, and confidence. This mindset transforms adversity from a source of stress into a catalyst for growth, achievement, and long-term success. This chapter emphasizes that while problems are inevitable, suffering from them is optional. Concentrating on actionable solutions ensures that every obstacle strengthens your abilities, fosters personal growth, and brings you closer to your goals. Solution-focused thinking is a lesson that changes how you experience and respond to life itself. Chapter 11. Develop emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and unexpected events. One of the most valuable lessons is to develop emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from difficulties, adapt to stress, and maintain a positive mindset even when circumstances are tough. Emotional resilience is not something you are born with. It is a skill cultivated through practice, awareness, and mindset shifts. Resilience begins with self-awareness. Understanding your emotions, triggers, and reactions allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you recognize patterns of stress, frustration, or negativity, you can intervene and choose constructive behaviors instead of letting emotions control your actions. Perspective matters. Difficult situations often feel overwhelming in the moment. Step back and view challenges objectively. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 days, 5 months, or 5 years? Maintaining perspective reduces stress, prevents overreaction, and helps you focus on actionable steps. Acceptance is key. Resilience does not mean denying challenges or pretending life is easy. It means acknowledging reality, accepting what you cannot change, and redirecting your energy toward what you can influence. This shift in focus transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Healthy coping strategies strengthen resilience. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, journaling, and physical activity help regulate emotions, reduce stress, and maintain clarity. These habits provide tools to manage difficulties effectively and calmly. Support systems reinforce emotional strength. Surround yourself with people who encourage, uplift, and guide you. Trusted friends, family, mentors, or communities offer perspective, advice, and encouragement, helping you navigate challenges without feeling isolated or overwhelmed. Failure is a natural part of life. Resilient individuals see failure as a lesson, not a defeat. Reflect on mistakes, identify areas for improvement, and apply the knowledge gained in future efforts. Resilience turns setbacks into stepping stones for growth and success. Optimism enhances emotional resilience. Believing that challenges are temporary and solvable fosters determination and reduces stress. Optimism is not about ignoring difficulties, but about maintaining confidence in your ability to overcome them. Self-compassion is essential. Treat yourself with kindness when facing adversity. Avoid harsh self-criticism and recognize the effort you put into navigating challenges. Compassion reduces emotional strain and strengthens the ability to recover from setbacks. Consistency matters. Building resilience is an ongoing practice. Each time you face adversity and respond with composure, reflection, and constructive action, you strengthen your mental and emotional muscles. Over time, resilience becomes an automatic response rather than a conscious effort. Visualization supports resilience. Imagine facing challenges calmly and effectively, navigating obstacles with confidence and composure. Mental rehearsal reinforces problem-solving skills, emotional control, and confidence in your abilities. Gratitude also plays a role. Recognizing the positives in your life, even during difficult times, provides balance and perspective. Gratitude reduces stress, promotes mental stability, and encourages proactive rather than reactive behavior. By developing emotional resilience, you gain the ability to face life's inevitable ups and downs with strength, clarity, and confidence. Challenges no longer feel insurmountable, setbacks become lessons, and stress transforms into motivation. Resilience allows you to maintain focus, pursue goals, and navigate life with a sense of empowerment and balance. This chapter emphasizes that emotional resilience is not a trait reserved for a few. It is a skill anyone can cultivate through awareness, coping strategies, support, optimism, self-compassion, and practice. You can build the mental and emotional strength needed to thrive in any circumstance. Chapter 12. Take responsibility for your life. One of the most powerful lessons in life is learning to take full responsibility for your actions, choices, and outcomes. Accepting responsibility is the foundation for growth, empowerment, and long-term success. Blaming others, circumstances, or luck may feel comforting in the short term, but it keeps you trapped in a cycle of frustration, dependency, and stagnation. Taking responsibility begins with mindset. Recognize that you are the author of your own life. Your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors shape the results you experience. Shifting from a victim mentality to an ownership mentality transforms how you approach challenges, opportunities, and setbacks. Self-awareness strengthens responsibility. Reflect on your decisions, habits, and actions. Identify areas where you may have contributed to challenges or missed opportunities. Honest evaluation allows you to learn, grow, and make better choices in the future. Accountability is a practical tool. Holding yourself accountable ensures that you follow through on commitments, pursue goals consistently, and maintain integrity. Accountability is not about harsh judgment. It is about recognizing your role in outcomes and making adjustments when needed. Avoiding blame frees energy. When you stop pointing fingers at others or circumstances, you redirect mental and emotional energy toward constructive actions. Energy spent on excuses or complaints is wasted. Energy spent on solutions and personal growth produces results. Ownership empowers decision-making. When you acknowledge that your choices directly influence outcomes, you gain the freedom to take action. Empowered individuals understand that they are not helpless victims, but capable creators of their own experiences. Learning from mistakes is part of responsibility. Everyone makes errors, but resilient people reflect, learn, and adjust. Taking responsibility for mistakes without denial or excuses strengthens character, builds credibility, and promotes growth. Consistency matters. Responsibility is not a one-time choice. It is a daily commitment. Each day, take ownership of your actions, habits, and responses. Over time, consistent responsibility creates a life of integrity, achievement, and self-respect. Boundaries support accountability. Taking responsibility does not mean accepting mistreatment or neglecting your well-being. Protect yourself, set limits, and act in ways that honor your values while remaining responsible for your own choices. Self-compassion is important. Owning your actions does not mean punishing yourself for failures or setbacks. Treat yourself with understanding, acknowledge effort, and commit to improvement. Responsibility combined with compassion fosters sustainable growth. Empowering others also stems from responsibility. By taking ownership of your life, you model integrity, discipline, and accountability for others. You inspire people around you to act consciously, take charge of their choices, and cultivate a proactive mindset. Gratitude complements responsibility. Appreciating the opportunities, resources, and support available to you reinforces awareness of the role you play in shaping outcomes. Gratitude shifts focus from scarcity or blame to proactive engagement and meaningful action. By taking responsibility for your life, you gain control, clarity, and empowerment. Challenges become opportunities, mistakes become lessons, and choices become tools for growth. Responsibility is not a burden. It is a key that unlocks freedom, self-respect, and long-term success. This chapter emphasizes that responsibility is the cornerstone of personal growth. When you own your actions, decisions, and outcomes, you cultivate the mindset, habits, and resilience needed to create the life you desire. Taking responsibility transforms obstacles into opportunities and potential into reality. Chapter 13. Embrace change and adapt quickly. Change is one of the few certainties in life. One of the most important lessons is learning to embrace change rather than resist it. Life will never remain static, and the ability to adapt quickly determines your success, happiness, and resilience. Resisting change creates stress, frustration, and missed opportunities, while embracing it opens doors to growth, learning, and new experiences. Adaptability begins with mindset. Recognize that change is natural and often necessary. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Seeing change as an opportunity rather than a threat transforms fear into curiosity and action. Flexibility strengthens adaptability. Being rigid in habits, routines, or beliefs limits your ability to respond to new circumstances. Practice flexibility by experimenting with different approaches, considering alternative perspectives, and being open to new ideas. Flexibility allows you to navigate uncertainty with confidence. Resilience supports embracing change. When unexpected events occur, resilient individuals recover quickly by focusing on solutions and adjusting strategies. Developing resilience through self-awareness, emotional control, and proactive problem-solving equips you to face life's unpredictable nature. Continuous learning aids adaptation. The more knowledge, skills, and experience you acquire, the easier it becomes to adjust to new situations. Learning allows you to anticipate challenges, identify opportunities, and respond effectively to changing circumstances. Letting go of the past is crucial. Holding on to outdated habits, beliefs, or expectations makes adapting difficult. Accept what cannot be changed, release old patterns, and focus on the present and future. Letting go creates mental space to embrace new opportunities. Mindfulness enhances your response to change. Being present allows you to assess situations objectively, notice emerging patterns, and make deliberate choices, rather than reacting impulsively. Mindfulness reduces stress and improves clarity during transitions. Emotional intelligence is key. Change often triggers fear, uncertainty, or discomfort. Recognizing, understanding, and regulating these emotions ensures that you respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Emotional intelligence strengthens relationships, decision-making, and confidence during periods of transition. Planning supports smooth adaptation. While flexibility is important, anticipating possible changes and preparing contingency plans reduces panic and increases confidence. Planning does not eliminate uncertainty, but it equips you to respond strategically rather than reactively. Seek support when needed. Change can feel overwhelming, and reaching out to trusted friends, mentors, or communities provides guidance, perspective, and encouragement. Collaboration during transitions often reveals solutions and opportunities that may not be obvious alone. Self-compassion matters. Adjusting to change can be challenging, and it is natural to feel discomfort or make mistakes. Treat yourself kindly, acknowledge effort, and view setbacks as learning experiences rather than failures. Compassion fosters confidence and persistence. Consistency in practicing adaptability strengthens your mindset. Each time you face change proactively, learn from the experience, and adjust accordingly, your ability to embrace future changes improves. Over time, adaptability becomes a natural response rather than a conscious effort. By embracing change and adapting quickly, you transform uncertainty into opportunity. Challenges no longer paralyze you. Transitions become platforms for growth, learning, and improvement. Embracing change equips you with resilience, flexibility, and confidence to navigate life successfully. This chapter emphasizes that the ability to embrace change is not optional. It is essential. Adaptation empowers you to thrive in a constantly shifting world, ensuring that every transition becomes an opportunity rather than a setback. Chapter 14. Practice self-discipline consistently. Self-discipline is one of the most important skills for achieving success and creating a meaningful life. One of the most powerful lessons is understanding that talent, opportunity, or luck alone will not produce results. Consistent effort, guided by self-discipline, does. Self-discipline is the ability to control impulses, delay gratification, and stay focused on long-term goals even when distractions or temptations arise. It starts with setting clear goals. Knowing what you want to achieve provides direction and motivation. Goals act as a roadmap, guiding your decisions and helping you resist distractions that do not contribute to your objectives. Without clear goals, discipline becomes aimless and difficult to sustain. Building habits strengthens self-discipline. Consistency in small daily actions compounds into significant results over time. Whether it's dedicating time to study, exercise, practice a skill, or maintain healthy routines, disciplined habits create momentum that carries you towards success. Avoiding instant gratification is essential. Life is full of temptations that provide short-term pleasure but hinder long-term progress. Self-discipline requires prioritizing what matters most, sometimes delaying comfort, leisure, or rewards to achieve greater outcomes in the future. Mindset supports discipline. Developing a growth mindset, believing that effort leads to improvement, reinforces persistence even when results are not immediate. Self-discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistent effort and a commitment to improvement. Planning and organization enhance discipline. Breaking goals into actionable steps, scheduling focus time, and minimizing distractions ensure that energy is directed toward productive activities. Structure helps maintain consistency and prevents procrastination. Accountability strengthens results. Share your goals with someone you trust, or track progress publicly to reinforce commitment. Knowing that someone is aware of your efforts encourages follow-through and reduces the temptation to avoid responsibility. Self-awareness is crucial. Recognize your weaknesses, triggers, or habits that undermine discipline. By identifying potential obstacles, you can implement strategies to stay on track, such as removing temptations, creating reminders, or adjusting routines. Motivation fluctuates, but discipline carries you through. Relying solely on feelings or inspiration is unreliable, as motivation often fades. Discipline ensures that action continues even on days when you feel unmotivated, building a strong foundation for success. Self-compassion supports sustainable discipline. Avoid harsh criticism for lapses or mistakes. Recognize effort, adjust strategies, and recommit to your goals. Discipline combined with kindness prevents burnout and maintains long-term consistency. Reflection enhances growth. Regularly review progress, identify areas of improvement, and celebrate successes. Reflection reinforces the value of disciplined effort, builds confidence, and helps refine strategies for better outcomes. Discipline influences all areas of life. Emotional control, time management, learning, relationships, and health all improve when self-discipline is applied consistently. The habit of disciplined effort multiplies success across multiple domains. By practicing self-discipline consistently, you gain control over your actions, focus your energy on meaningful goals, and create a life of achievement and purpose. Discipline transforms intentions into results, potential into reality, and dreams into accomplishments. This chapter emphasizes that self-discipline is not a trait reserved for a few, but a skill anyone can develop. Through consistent effort, habit formation, self-awareness, planning, and reflection, you build the mental and behavioral framework necessary to succeed and thrive. Chapter 15. Live with purpose and intention. The final lesson is one of the most powerful and transformative. Live your life with purpose and intention. Many people drift through life reacting to circumstances, fulfilling obligations, or following routines without clarity. Living with purpose means having a clear understanding of what matters most to you and aligning your actions, choices, and energy with those values. Intention ensures that every decision you make serves your growth, happiness, and meaningful contribution. Start by identifying your core values. What principles guide your decisions? What matters most to you in relationships, career, health, and personal growth? Understanding your values provides a compass for decision-making and creates alignment between your actions and your beliefs. Define your purpose. Purpose is your reason for being, the impact you want to have, the legacy you want to leave, or the direction you wish your life to take. Purpose gives meaning to everyday actions and provides motivation during challenging times. Without purpose, even success can feel hollow. Set intentional goals. Goals transform abstract purpose into concrete action. By creating objectives that reflect your values and purpose, you ensure that your efforts are focused, productive, and aligned with what truly matters. Goals provide direction, structure, and accountability. Live mindfully. Awareness of your thoughts, actions, and surroundings ensures that you act deliberately rather than reactively. Mindfulness allows you to notice when your habits, relationships, or routines drift from your purpose and make course corrections. Prioritize what matters most. Time, energy, and focus are finite resources. Living with intention requires saying no to distractions, obligations, or habits that do not align with your goals. By prioritizing what matters, you maximize impact and maintain clarity. Embrace growth and learning. Purposeful living requires continual self-improvement, reflection, and adaptability. Seek knowledge, experiences, and challenges that enhance your skills, mindset, and character. Growth ensures that you remain aligned with evolving goals and aspirations. Build meaningful relationships. Surround yourself with people who share your values, support your purpose, and inspire growth. Relationships grounded in mutual respect, encouragement, and shared vision amplify your impact and reinforce intentional living. Practice gratitude daily. Appreciation for your journey, accomplishments, and relationships strengthens commitment to your purpose. Gratitude provides perspective, reduces stress, and enhances motivation, allowing you to act from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. Respond rather than react. Intentional living involves conscious choice in how you respond to situations, challenges, and opportunities. Reacting impulsively often leads to wasted energy, regret, or misalignment with your purpose. Thoughtful responses ensure that your actions support long-term goals. Consistency reinforces purpose. Daily habits, routines, and decisions that reflect your values compound over time. Each small action aligned with your purpose builds momentum, resilience, and meaningful results. Over time, intentional living becomes effortless rather than forced. Self-compassion is essential. Pursuing purpose does not mean perfection or avoiding mistakes. Accept setbacks, learn from them, maintain focus on long-term vision. Compassion ensures sustainability, motivation, and resilience along the journey. Living with purpose and intention transforms ordinary life into a meaningful, fulfilling, and impactful experience. It aligns your thoughts, actions, and energy with what matters most, creating a life that reflects your values, passions, and potential. Every choice becomes an opportunity to contribute, grow, and thrive. This chapter emphasizes that purpose is not a destination, it is a daily practice. By identifying values, setting intentional goals, prioritizing meaningful actions, and maintaining awareness, you cultivate a life of fulfillment, impact, and true success. Living with purpose ensures that the lessons learned in the previous chapters, resilience, self-discipline, gratitude, adaptability, and responsibility, are applied fully, creating a life worth living.